I was starting to
Oh my
reveal too
God.
much.
It's
All
a
right,
members
Chris,
only section.
I'm down to 3%, guys. I love you. Take
All
care.
right,
All right, Toke.
Take it easy,
Catch Toke
Toke.
out later on his own channel over on YouTube. Greatly appreciate Toke stopping by, talking to the USMNT. I love getting Toke on here when it's the three of us.
Yep.
We start really spitting some fire then. Chat also saying, speaking of which, what about Mexico? I really don't know if they're even good ever since that friendly game, and they called up like an entirely different roster, it seems.
Well, the thing about Mexico is that they're still trying to figure out their own identity. You know, because in previous World Cup cycles, you know, you had Carlos Vela, Chicharito. Those were usually the face of this Mexican national team. And both those guys didn't make the roster. So, you know, and this Mexican team looks a lot more like, more or less, that they're just plastered together. Like, okay, well, you know, we'll just put these guys together and that's it. It's like, it's weird because I never seen Mexico play without an identity, you know. And even in the World Cup cycle, you know, they finished what, third?
Yes.
And it was kind of like a mixed bag for them too. I mean, yeah, they got the qualifying results, but you know, losing against US in the US and tying 0-0 in the Azteca against the US, you know, and losing against Canada in Canada. I mean, I think the days where teams of being afraid of Mexico, I think those days are gone for them. They don't really, you know, the Azteca is becoming less intimidating, so to speak. And, you know,
They just played a NFL game there too the other day.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is like the first time I kind of noticed that this Mexican national team has no identity, and it's like it's affecting their whole entire system, club level, you know, national team level, youth level. I mean, they're not going to the Olympics. They're not going to the U20 World Cup. You know, so it's one of those situations where this is a Mexican team that's still trying to figure themselves out.
So they tied Poland, and whose game do you think it was to lose?
Honestly,
it was 0-0.
I think Poland, you know, kudos to Ochoa for making that save and the penalty. But, you know, I was watching a little. I didn't want to be completely honest with you. I didn't watch the whole entire game. But it seemed like Mexico was trying to attack, but it's just, you know, Poland has better quality on the ball, and it's, you know, they were able to make their chances count, so to speak.
Right. So Mexico's next match is Argentina, 1 o'clock Saturday, and then their final match will be against Saudi Arabia. They could definitely get a. See how I was talking about? All of a sudden, Argentina comes in, gets a win against Mexico, gets a win against Poland, and they're cooking on gas.
Yeah.
But Saudi Arabia has the chance for Mexico to get a win, unless it is really true, and Argentina is not right.
That's possible, but keep in mind, one thing to keep in mind is that Argentina has Mexico's number in the World Cup. You know, I don't think Mexico has ever beaten or tied Argentina in the World Cup.
Oh wow!
So this will be if anything other than losing against Argentina happens, then this will be a first. And we have to wait and see. And this game is also going to decide whether Argentina is literally broken, or they're going to pull themselves out and get to the next round.
And in my opinion, if they pull themselves and get into the next round, I smell a fix. If they're in fact broken, then I take back everything that is alleged about them, because and Saudi Arabia, because to me it just didn't make sense what we saw there. And unless we get more evidence that is the case, then I'll buy into that. I'll re-buy into that theory. That or I'll exit out of my theory and rebuy into that, you know, they're just off. Chat saying that, you know what, I give a lot of credit to Bale for that game against USA. They didn't quit. Also, Angus McWhorter checking in. What's up? Gareth Bale did not give up in that game against USA. They definitely did not stop running.
It wasn't one of those games where you know they scored 1-0 and that's it. It was one of those games that it was anybody's. It was anybody's game.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't get that sense that the U.S. was going to blow out Wales, or Wales was going to blow out the U.S. This was one of those games that it was always going to be tight from the beginning, anyways.
Chat saying it's Tokyo saying that players are in better shape these days. The altitude as Azteca just means so much less. Tell that to the NFL players who are all huffing and puffing, but you know what? They all got past it, like you said, because they're all used to going to Denver.
Yeah. And
Chat,
that's the thing too. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, chat also mentioning, rightly so, brother PKL saying there's Shaqiri plays tomorrow against Cameroon. Gonna have to check what time.
How come I have a feeling that Cameroon's gonna win that game?
I don't. I will put money on Switzerland. But that's a good. I know what you're saying there. Damn. Okay. Yeah.
This Swiss team didn't look that great in the friendlies.
Yeah, but a lot of the African teams are just not that good. Senegal, though, didn't they impress?
Yeah, I mean, Senegal is a decent team. Cameroon is hit or miss. Obviously, Ghana is hit or miss. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. So far it's been a World Cup of surprises.
So that's 4. Wait, double check this game. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Switzerland versus Cameroon. I'm not getting up for that one.
Nope. I'm gonna be sleeping. I'll read about it the next morning.
And you know what? That's another one. That's the same time slot that the Argentina-Saudi Arabia game can't happen. So maybe that's the time slot for funny business. And there's the Cameroon, not funny business, but yeah. Or it's just like the time place for strangeness. Cameroon wins. I got a lot of the bets up. The betting favorite is Switzerland. Cameroon is not. Uruguay is the betting favorite against South Korea. And Portugal is the big time betting favorite against Ghana.
You mean Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal?
Am I seeing this correctly? It says 4 games tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It's 4, 7, 11, 10. I forgot about that 4 a.m. game. In my head, there's always 3 games that I could watch. 4 a.m. game, no. I'm sorry. What were you saying about Cristiano?
Are you talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal team?
Yes, Cristiano. Yes.
The unemployed Cristiano Ronaldo?
The now unemployed. The divorce has been official. Manchester United and Cristiano Ronaldo have come to an amicable, not amicable, but at least a mutual quit of their contracts. It's over, and he's able to seek services of a different team, or at least a different team could seek his services. And Man U is going to look to pivot. And where do you think Man U goes with to try and fill that hole?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the times that I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo sit on a bench, Man U has played better. So, and on top, another thing to keep in mind is that I believe I read an article earlier today that mentioned that the Glazers are looking to sell Man U, by the way.
I read that too, and that some people seem to suggest did Ronaldo kind of force this issue? I'm not so sure. It's possible. The U.S. must depend on themselves to advance against England, and in this group is what Angus is saying. I think that they got to dig deep. If they could get a point on England, do you think that takes out too much energy, or that gives them the high they need to go in and get 3 points on Iran?
I think that gives them the high.
I think so too.
I don't see this. If we use Monday's game against England, I don't see Iran beating the U.S. And that's just going based on what I saw on Monday. Now anything can happen between now and then, so we gotta wait and see. And I believe they were also protesting. The players were protesting the Iranian government too.
Yeah, so how do you think the Iranian players might play against U.S.? Maybe there's something, they're going to be feeling a lot of emotions playing against America. I think that Iranians will be feeling a lot stronger emotions against playing America than Americans will feel against playing Iranians.
Well, I mean, it makes good propaganda back home, doesn't
Right.
it? If Iran beats the U.S. in a World Cup, it makes great propaganda for them.
Speaking about getting high, which I said, somebody said not getting, being high up earlier, but Tokyo saying that players are just better shape now. Oh, I think I said that. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that's not just players in general. Like if the U.S. was if the U.S. was gonna go play in the Azteca, you would think that maybe the Federation might send these guys out to Colorado or Denver.
That's what they
And
do now, right?
Yeah, they do have their training sessions up in the mountains.
What's up,
which
Connor?
builds up-
Connor in the chat saying, "What's up, DPG?"
Oh man, here we go. This Columbus guy. Oh man,
Columbus Connor.
here we go. He's gonna brag about Columbus Crew. Oh,
They're so much better than the Fire, though.
I'm gonna talk about the piss color team.
But what else did it? No.